Hey there, welcome back to Buckle Up Garage. I appreciate you tuning in. It's going to be a short video, just a couple of things I wanted to go over quick. If you have been watching my latest project, my 727 rebuild, you know I, in the last video, pointed out that while I was looking for a couple of replacement components, I was hoping to find some used stuff that was better than what I found in the transmission. I got really lucky and I came across a Facebook Marketplace ad for what essentially ended up being a complete small block 727. Came with pretty much all the internals. The only thing that I've noticed that it didn't come with was clutches and steels. But what I pointed out that I saw in the ad that really kind of drew my attention to it was it came with a John Cope CRT Transmissions drag sprag. And this is a bolt-in unit. It is probably one of the first upgrades that most people look for in a 727. The sprag is the overrunning clutch, and they are notorious for, under stressful situations, they'll spin in the case because they're a press fit. And if you're lucky, it just kind of tears itself to pieces. If you're really unlucky, it comes apart, and it essentially, if you're running the stock drum in this thing, it will explode the drum. And the bolt-in style is basically more secure. This comes as a 16 roller versus the factory, which is a 12 roller. So it gives it more strength in that way. There's more contact surface. So long story short, what I'm getting to on this is I bought it knowing that the price we were talking about was essentially what a new drag sprag from CRT costs. So if all else fails, I was okay because the money I was putting out was what I would pay for this in the first place. And I was hoping there'd be some other things in it that I could use. So let me show you kind of the extra bang for the buck that I got with this thing that I really wasn't expecting. Okay, the first thing I'm going to point out, and I've already got this in the valve body, so I can't really show it to you. It had a good separator plate in it, and the separator plate that was in the trans had already been messed with and was drilled out, and it was kind of oversized drilled out. So I got a separator plate, which if I'm looking online, those generally are going for like 40, 45 bucks. Next thing that I came across, the drag sprag, the bolt-in 16-pin sprag. These run about $275. Then we got the reverse drum that I just was looking for a used one that surface-wise is in better shape than what was in my transmission. I'm finding those running about 45 bucks. It also had a heavy-duty accumulator spring in it. These I'm seeing, those run, usually about 15. Somebody had also put studs in the pan versus bolts. So if I ever decide to go to a cast aluminum pan, this is going to be a better way to go. These I think you can pick up at a hardware store, but they're probably $1 a piece, something like that. Also had in it an aftermarket billet band anchor. These I think run about 25. And it also came with this pan, which is essentially it's not a deep sump pan or anything like that or extra capacity, but it does have a drain plug in it, and it looks like it's pretty much from the factory. It's not butchered in, so I wasn't really particularly looking for that, but I'm going to guess that's probably 20, 25 bucks if you find one online. And this would be the unexpected surprise. It's got a CRT billet rear piston in it. These things currently are running for about 115 bucks. So in the end, like I said, I got what I needed, what I was hoping for, and I got a few extra bonuses. So if I just tally up what I think I would have had to pay for each of these individual pieces that I'm going to use on this build, this is probably about $500 worth of stuff. I've paid 240 bucks for that transmission blown apart. I still have everything else that came with it, and it all looks like good stuff that I might use down the road. Or who knows, maybe, I find somebody that needs some of this stuff and I can, recoup a couple of bucks that way. So I guess what I'm getting to is I got lucky. I was looking for some particular components and I found a really good deal. But you can do that too. I think the vast majority of the people that might be watching this are probably just like me. You need to keep as many dollars in your pocket as you can, but you also want to get your projects done and you want to get your cars back on the road. And if you're savvy and you know what you're looking at and you do a little research on what things cost, you can do pretty well on places like Marketplace and eBay and even Amazon. So that's about it for this episode. Just kind of wanted to show you that I think I made out pretty good on this. I'm pretty happy with it. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. And till the next episode, I'm Corey. This is Buckle Up Garage. Later.